What's up? What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel Sports, Life, and Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, YouTube's #1 sports detective. Coming for the news. In this past weekend, right here in Vegas, where my home is, there was a huge fight. Welterweight championship for all the belts, undisputed. Spence Jr. versus Terrence Crawford. And right off the bat, I want to give congratulations and shout outs to Terrence Crawford. Put on a great performance. 21 seconds to go in the second round, he hit Errol Spence with one jab, and Errol Spence was never the same after that. Now, some people said that something like it looked like it was wrong with Errol Spence. Maybe so, maybe not. I don't want to take nothing away from Terrence Crawford, but being objective, it did look like it was a little bit off. It wasn't his greatest performance, but that's not Terrence Crawford's business, and that's damn sure not his problem. He came out there and gave his ass a wet whooping. Like when you got out of the tub in the 80s and you was at the schoolhouse. You got in trouble, you didn't know. And you got a whooping out of the tub while you was still wet. He spanked his ass real good and laid a lot of damage on him. Will there be a rematch? Maybe. If Errol Spence in the back of his mind says, I really know I wasn't right for this fight, I didn't feel good, for whatever reason, then he will most definitely rematch. But if Errol Spence came out of this fight knowing that he felt he was in the best shape of his life and he felt fantastic going into the fight, there's no way he should rematch that because he was completely beaten and dominated in this fight. Now for Terrence Crawford, he is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. There's no doubt about that. But is he the face of boxing? And is this the Terrence Crawford era? I will say the answer to both of those questions is no. Tank Davis, by far, is the face of boxing and the future of boxing. And this right now is the Tank Davis era. Tank Davis can put an ass in the seat. In order to be the face of boxing and in order to be the future of boxing and have it to be your era, you have to sell pay-per-views and you have to put asses in seats. And not just for Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, both. I went down to the arena. Now, I went to the Tank Davis fight, as you can see right here. This is actually my video from inside the arena. I was there live. Tank Davis put on a hell of a performance. But beyond that, the stars come out. The caliber of people that was outside are dressed to the T. The ladies are out. I'm talking about all walks of life come out for Tank Davis. There's no doubt about that. Terrence Crawford is 35. He wasted a lot of time with Bob Arum. We all know that. He shouldn't have signed back with Bob Arum. But irrelevant of the fact, he is pound for pound. But this is nowhere his era, and it's most definitely he is not the face of boxing. But he is pound for pound by far the best boxer. But let's take a look at this clip, because I went down to the Crawford and Spence fight before the fight, and it says before the fight was a ghost town. I made this clip. Let's take a look right quick, you guys. This shit ain't nothing like the Tank Davis fight. I tell you, that's already man. I don't know if it's his personality. I don't know if it's too many fighting each other, but the crowd is very low. And I'm telling you another thing. This shit ain't sold out. For sure. And I will say that. Do I think this fight sold out? I will say 100% no. I will bet anything that this fight did not sell out because I still seen people was able to go over there and buy tickets all the way up into the main event. So no, this fight was not sold out. No. And I can't wait to see the pay-per-view numbers. They were saying they was supposed to be over 1 million pay-per-view buys. I would have to see that to believe that because the energy was so low. You could hear a rat pissing under the bed. That's how low. In my mind, I was thinking you was going to come out. It was going to be niggas talking about, I'm smoking on Bud Packs and people talking about fish fries and shit talking, trash talking, drinks. You know, people well-dressed and nice and, you know, all the ladies. But, man, it wasn't really like that. Was there people like that? Yes, but nothing like the Tank Davis fight. Nothing. For sure. Look, you know my father came last time? This shit, all this shit was packed. There was so many motherfuckers out here. This shit is basically empty. This shit crazy. That's the final. And you can see this nigga right here walking. This the caliber. It was a lot of people that I seen like that. This nigga looked like Ricky Smiley before the money. I mean, it was some. It wasn't people dressed to the T like from front to back. But that Tank Davis, everybody looked they best. I'm telling you, y'all. I'm telling you. And that's not to take away from either one of these guys, but these guys, for this fight, they did more press and they did more interviews than they've done in all of their fights combined, because these guys don't sell themselves at all. They really don't like to talk, and that says a lot. If you did all the press combined for one fight, you did that just in this fight, and you've never done that. That's why they wasted a lot of time, but they're just not talkers. They're more family men, and that's admirable. You can admire that, but they're just not that. They're not as big as Tank. I'm sorry. Look at these two niggas here. One nigga got on some Star Wars shoes, and the other nigga got on some goddamn Buzz Lightyear boots to infinity and beyond. Unbelievable. This was the caliber and class, and I just wanted you to see the crowd. I'm not going to, play the whole video. If you want to, you can go back on my channel. I just put this, uploaded this video here. But yeah, the energy was extremely low, and the caliber of people out there, it was a lot. It was more than this than what you think. Now, you had to, people who had money and whatever, but that Tank Davis, I'm telling you, I'm not going to go over the whole clip of that video, but I do want to say this and go over this before I go into this clip with Errol Spence. I'm so sick of the fanboys dedicating whole channels to singular boxers. The Negro has went completely overboard with fanboyism. I say it all the time in my videos. Fan is just short for fanatic. You should never be fanatical about no fucking man under any circumstances. That's borderline homoerotic. Because when that nigga lose, you either have to make excuses or you walk around sad with your lip poked out like a bitch. And there's too much bitch energy with grown black men at this particular time in history. You root for the fighters. You guys, this shit is for entertainment purposes only. This is entertainment. Errol Spence getting his ass kicked is not the end of the world. Niggas is on TV. I told you, and going crazy. And the Errol Spence fans is down and out. Nigga, it's two grown men in there fighting. Somebody's gonna lose. I said that in the video I made about a month ago. I didn't make no recent video on this, but about a month ago when I did the preview for this fight coming up, I said I wouldn't be surprised if Terrence Crawford knocked him out. I was leaning towards Spence, but I wasn't like for sure that he was gonna win. I didn't even bet. Because I knew that this was a chance that this thing go. You know what I noticed? That nigga glove look. I just noticed that. Did you look at Terrence Crawford glove? It's busted. It's cotton coming out the bottom. That's gonna be some shit too. I just noticed that. I swear to God. I'm looking. I'm like, is this nigga glove busted at the bottom? Can you see cotton? Yeah, his glove is busted at the bottom. I don't know what the fuck going on with Terrence Crawford's gloves, but that's gonna be some shit too. Because he got hit with one jab and fell out. But like I said, the fanboyism with the Negro has gone way too far. It's okay to root. I root for the Cowboys. I'm from Dallas. But Tony Romo made me give up on being a fan. I realized I can't walk around mad at my wife. I'm not mad, but not want to talk it, in a bad mood. We were supposed to go somewhere and I really don't feel like it because my team lost. That's whole shit. You're a grown man. That nigga lose, unless you lost a lot of money, then I can understand. But outside of that, hey man, it is what it is. Nigga got his ass whooped. So be it. If he feel like he wasn't his best, he'll rematch and be at one and do that shit at 154. But if he knows he was at his best and in the best shape, there's no way he should rematch that shit under any circumstance. Because he got that mean this nigga is light years ahead of you. And he's a much better fighter than you. You were completely outclassed. But if he wasn't, you never know what can happen in a rematch. Should he do it in December? Absolutely not. This was type of ass whooping where you need the bare minimum of 9 months off. Yeah, he shouldn't do this shit to April or May. I'll string this shit out to April or May. But look at this. Look at Terrence Crawford's glove. Am I tripping? Is this nigga glove? I don't want to point. Look, right here. Right there. Or is it, oh, that's Errol Spence glove under his glove. Okay. I'm looking like, is that nigga glove busted again? But no, but yeah, if I was Spence and I knew I was at my best, there's no fucking way I would do this fight again. Look, He borderline would have to move to 154 and take a year off. But that's not good for him because he took off 15 months and took this fight. And that wasn't a good thing to take off that much time and do that. I wouldn't have did that. But let's take a look at this small clip. Explosive jab. Look, and he got hit with that jab, and he was finished. People say, oh, it was a second knockdown. He was no good after. Bruh, he was finished after the very first knockdown. He was done. He was out. He was no good. He had nothing left to give. He fought on pure guts and glory and not wanting to be completely embarrassed. And let me say this. Let's look at him get up. Look, he's still wobbling. Look. Look, he was no good after that. After that one jab in the second round, he was no good, y'all. He was finished. But you have to give Spence credit for them making this fight. We want the big fights. It's for entertainment. You can't criticize these people that are high heavy to where they don't want to make the big fights because all you think is everybody has to be undefeated. Look at this fight. I made this video. Tank Davis is a boxing genius. Ryan Garcia, thanks for taking the fight. That's what it's all about, y'all. It's about these guys making the big fights, and somebody's going to lose. It's not the end of the world. It ain't the end all to be all. If Terrence Crawford stick around too long or stay in too long, he going to fuck around and take an L. And if you dedicated your whole channel and everything to him, then you a fool. Because there's no way you should dedicate everything to one man except God. But yeah, leave the fanboyism alone. Root for these fighters. Understand it's entertainment. It ain't the end of the world. They're probably going to rematch it unless Errol Spence know he was at his best. But if he wasn't, he's going to rematch it. But shout out to Terrence Crawford. He's pound for pound number one. He was already pound for pound number one before the fight. He's pound for pound number one now. But he is not the face of boxing. He's damn sure ain't the Terrence Crawford era is Tank Davis. You got to put asses in the seats and sell pay-per-views. There's no doubt about that. But he put on a great performance. It was a great fight. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. This has been Sports Life Politics TV. I'm Samuel Koppel, YouTube's #1 sports detective. I'm here for the news. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I just took your ass on one hell of a mega fight ride.